I'm so glad that it's April and the spring weather is here. You know, all the flowers are starting to bloom. You know what they say, April showers bring May flowers. I love when the dandelions start coming out in the spring. And the robins are back. Can you see him? I mean, it must be spring because robins are here. Good morning, Val. It's Monday, and as you can probably tell, I was a little bit salty about the weather this weekend, but it's cleared up, so that's good at the very least. It's raining now, which I can tolerate because it's supposed to rain in the spring. It's not supposed to snow in April. I really like the song of the week that you did last week. I don't think I watched your video of the week because I don't remember what it was, but I really like the Charlie Allen song. I've listened to it like 5 million times today because I downloaded it. I was going to tell you, I don't know if you know about this because you haven't been on Tumblr, but I guess it's not just on Tumblr, it's also on Twitter, that there was this conspiracy meme going around about Ted Cruz being the Zodiac Killer. And we are actually learning about memes in my English class because they are a very concise rhetorical device that can be very effective, as evidenced by this meme, which I wrote a paper on because I'm in college. Again, I can write papers about the meme going around about Ted Cruz being the Zodiac Killer, which I think is kind of cool to me. Basically, this was a very intentional conspiracy meme that was started by some people that don't support Ted Cruz. It started back in 2013 whenever a Twitter user jokingly said that Ted Cruz's speech was titled, "This is Zodiac Speaking." If you don't know who the Zodiac Killer was, he was a serial killer in California in 1968 and 1970. Like between those years, they never found out who he was. He sent a lot of cryptograms and letters to the police and would threaten that if they didn't publish them in the paper, he would continue killing people. And it was one of those things where I find serial killers interesting, but I normally don't get uber creeped out by them. But this was really creepy because this guy just, like, they don't know why he killed these people. They don't know who he was. He never got caught. Basically, it's obvious that Ted Cruz is not the Zodiac Killer because he was not born until 1970 and the first murder occurred in 1968. However, it was just something where they decided they were going to see if they could get this ridiculous conspiracy to start circulating just to kind of generate bad publicity for him. One guy actually designed t-shirts saying that he was a Zodiac Killer. On the website for the t-shirts, it acknowledges that they know that Ted Cruz is not the Zodiac Killer, but they just think he's creepy, and they wanted to use the t-shirt funds to support an abortion clinic in Texas because Ted Cruz is very anti-abortion, and that's one of the issues they have with him. So it was just something that was kind of interesting about the social media power that we have whenever we intentionally use it. And that's kind of what we've been talking about in my class with memes. Even something that's kind of, I mean, it's a meme. You know, a lot of times they're just like funny little things that we do to laugh at, but sometimes you can actually make a pretty powerful argument that get people all up in arms and whatever, and then convince 10% of the potential voters in Florida that Ted Cruz is actually the Zodiac Killer. 28% aren't sure. The rest of them, pretty sure that Ted Cruz is not the Zodiac Killer. But that's the power we have with social media, and I think we need to utilize it, as I mentioned in my multimodal literacies video. Anyway, I believe that's all I have for you. Val, hope you have a good week. Don't forget to be awesome. I will see you on Friday.